Adelai Brown, your heart coach, and happy September. It is September 1st, 2023, and guess what? This marks, get this, 9 years that I've been doing Heart Talk. Heart Talk is our weekly women's session that I anchored Be Blessed Daily Volume 1 and help save me from my broken heart. Your journey to living and loving again, embracing the process from beautiful, from broken to beautiful and blessed. And I just wanted to get on today because a lot of you are struggling right now and you're wondering why you feel so alone and why things can't get right in your life. And it's because you're not connected. And I want to talk to you about being connected because connection is the first step in my divine heart transplant process, the process that I use to transform my life. And not just my life. I've seen this process transform the lives of many others. I'm talking about people going from having daily panic attacks and stressing about working on their job or what's going on in their marriages and their relationships. And once they started to apply these steps in this process and they started to see absolute transformation, we call it heart work. Once they started doing their heart work, they started doing what? Building heart equity. What is heart equity? When we create and generate and build personal, relational, and financial wealth through authentic living. I want you to be authentic in your living. I want you to authentically transform your life. Like, we living in a time right now where people are transforming, but it's not authentic. It's not the transformation that God wanted for them in their lives. And we're feeling the brunt of it. Like, look what's going on in our world. We've gotten to the point where we're desensitized from mass shootings. We're desensitized from some of the most horrific things taking place. Why? Because they've become so commonplace. And I just want to challenge you and say that you can make a difference in your world. You can do something new, but you got to get connected. Connection is to make a notable link. And in order for you to get your life right, you got to make a connection with Christ. You got to get in the Word. You got to start reading and got to start studying. I don't care what your faith is. If you start to read the Bible and seek it for instruction and wisdom, you'll be surprised at how the words of God through His people can really begin to transform your life. And I know that you might be feeling lonely, you might be feeling lost, you might feel like you by yourself and you just out here trying to figure it out. But I just want to let you know that you're connected. Even if you need to reestablish that connection, you're connected. Like, look at all of the people and places and things that you make yourself be connected to. Like, I bet you this morning when you got up, you made sure to check your social media. You made sure to get connected to your social media, to get connected to your text messages, to your missed calls, right? You got connected to your toothbrush and your washcloth to wash your face and brush your teeth, right? You had to make connections. What did you do with your family? Did y'all talk? Did y'all express yourselves? You have to make connections. And if you didn't, that's probably why you're feeling lonely. That's probably why you're feeling stressed. You're feeling lost. You're feeling like, I don't know what I'm doing. You feel like you're tossed to and fro. When you make a connection with God, what happens is you began to get the power and the energy you need. Like right now, I'm charging my phone, right? This is the charger. Most of you have seen a charger before, right? This is the charger. Now, my phone needs a charge. Now, in order for my phone, like right now, this cord is plugged into a power source. My phone needs a charge. But because my phone is not connected, even though I can tap this phone with this charger, I can lay this charger all around this phone, but until I connect this charger to the phone, then will my phone charge. And what am I saying to you? You need to get, like, you've been playing with God, You've been tiptoeing around it. You might say a prayer here and there. You might, listen to a worship song every once in a while. But you just playing around the surface. Just because you say the word water won't get you wet. And what I'm saying is it's time for you to get connected. You need to get serious about what is your spiritual life like. Your spiritual life is the foundation to everything else going on in your life. And the funny thing about your spiritual life is it is what you don't see, but your spiritual life impacts the reality of what you do see. I've heard Myron Golden say, I would like to challenge and say, what you can't see is more reality than what you can see. Your thoughts matter. Your beliefs matter. And all of those things are rooted in who and what you're connected to. What processes from your past are you still holding on to that's not working for you? Maybe when I talk about God and having a relationship with God, that might rub you the wrong way. Maybe you had some past experiences with church people or people who were supposed to be a representation of Christ, and they didn't do that the right way. And it left a bad taste in your mouth. I can understand that. But what I'm saying is you got to give it another try. I can't force you to be a believer in Christ, but however you need to be connected. For me, I get all my strength from the Lord. I do. Because I've tried it other ways. Like, I'm one of those people that, I started taking care of myself at 14 years old. I was pretty much been self-sufficient. I'm talking caring. Yes, my mother was there, but even, she could attest to this. I've been very independent for a very long time. I've had to figure it out. And for years, I really honestly thought that I was doing it all myself. But what I didn't realize was that connection, that ability to survive through some of the things that I went through. Yes, I was being attacked, but a big part of that was because of the connections that I had. Like my grandmother exposing me to God, my mother exposing me to God, other people in my family letting me know, like, Jesus is real, and you need to get connected to Him. And as I was doing that, I started to realize, man, God been keeping me. I was hard. When you got to start taking care of yourself at 14, I became a mother at 18 and 5 days. I got pregnant my junior year in high school. I was already out living on my own. I really thought that God was angry with me. I really thought that God was upset with me because my life was so difficult. And because of that, I kept perpetuating that cycle. I thought my life was going to be hard, so I expected things to be hard, and things continued to be hard. And so it wasn't until I really started to invest in making sure that I was connected. Remember this? Connected, right? I had the charger. There were many times in my life where I had the charger, able to connect, but I didn't. I didn't connect. Because I thought that I was so bad. Maybe God didn't love me the same as He loved other people. I got pregnant at 17. I moved out on my own. I thought God was angry with me because of the choices I had made in survival, right? I thought God was angry with me because my father wasn't in my life from like 3 to maybe about 14, 15. I mean, I would talk to him on the phone from 3 to 8, no communication. From 8 till about 17, we would do, 8 till about 14, we would do phone calls. And he would send me gifts. And then when I turned about 14, from 14 till about 17, 16, 14 to 16, summertime or maybe during the holidays or whatever, and it was really challenging for me because I put so much of my worth and my value into the fact that clearly God didn't love me because my daddy didn't. Like, if my father loved me, then he would have been there, and then I wouldn't have had to deal with my crazy stepfather. That's how I felt. I'm still talking about connection, but in the process of me having to be such an independent teenager, I made up in my mind reasons why I had to go through those things that were not true. And because of that, I lived a lie. I was operating under a false identity. And I feel like a lot of you are going through that. Like, you think you are something, you think you are a certain way, you answer to the things that people call you, but that's not your real identity. And that's how I was. I thought I was broken. I thought I was an orphan. I thought I was a bastard. Those are the things that I thought about myself. And it wasn't until I got connected and really started to get in relationship with Christ to realize, you know what? You know what? It's not as bad as I thought. I am doing better than I thought. God does love me. But I did not start to get those revelations until I started getting connected. And what made me start getting connected? Life. Because I was trying to do so much on my own and not tapping in to the supernatural power that put me here for a specific task. And that's what I'm saying to you. You are here for a reason. God put you here because there's a certain work that you need to do that nobody else on this planet can do the way that you can do it. But you have to be responsible with your gift. Nobody else can make you do what you're supposed to do. You have to be obedient. You have to be responsible. You have to be willing to get connected. So there are 6 steps in this process. And over the course of this month, every day I'm going to come in and we're going to talk about different facets of the divine heart transplant process. The what I take my clients through called the Heart Incubator. It's our coaching program that is so transformational. But you need to start doing your work. Like, I know you want the outcome. I know you want the breakthrough. But my question is, are you willing to do the work? Are you willing to get specific? Are you willing to be intentional? Are you willing to turn away from some people, some places, and things so that you can turn towards what God has for you? I'm curious. I just want to know. Because I know that you probably angry with other people. You had expectations of them and they let you down. But I want you to think about this. How you think God feel about you? You were created. You were fearfully and wonderfully made. Are you doing the work that your creator made you to do? I want you to think about that. I love y'all. I thank you for being here. I thank you to every subscriber, to everyone that watches the video. I don't care if you jump on for a second or what. Whatever it is, I appreciate you. I thank you. And trust me, we are building heart equity together. Y'all remember me having these conversations with y'all, because there's going to be a day. Y'all here now, but there's going to be a day. We're going to be all over the world. This heart equity movement is going all over the world. You remember me saying this September 1st, 2023. Heart equity will be built on every continent. Heart equity will be built in the hearts of individuals that want to transform their lives by authentic living. It is time for you to turn away and turn down those fake. Who told you needed to wear your hair like that? Who told you your kids needed to behave that way? Who told you should have been married by now? Who told you that you should have bought that house or not? Who told you should have been living there? Who told you that was the degree for you? If it wasn't something God told you, you shouldn't be doing it. You got to get connected. Think about it. This is Adelai Brown, your heart coach. I'll be signing out. Remember, if you master your heart, you master your life.